But I do want to talk about the Timberwolves' reaction last night. Tommy, what was your sort of take on this as you watched this live and you saw them on the scorer's table? I think there were some tears, certainly a massive celebration for securing the 7 seed.
My first reaction was our friend and a recent guest as of 3 weeks ago seemed to really lean into the moment, so to speak. Pat was ready. He was ready for this. You could tell the second he started barking. I think there was like 9 seconds left and they were up 5 and it was clear the game was over. You could tell he was like, oh no, I'm not just going to go adapt these guys up and maybe like talk a little shit in the locker room. It was like, no, everyone is going to know that we won this. But like, how can you not be happy for them? And how can you not be happy for the Wolves fans? Nobody thought they had any chance to make the playoffs this year. Nobody. I can't think of one person who thought they would even sniff the playoffs. And now not only are they in, but they're in, handily.
I sent out a tweet last night in watching the live reaction on Twitter, essentially saying, why do we celebrate, NCAA tournament teams reacting this way after winning in a one-and-done scenario to make the round of 32 or to make the Sweet 16 or to make the Elite Eight? They haven't won a championship. My other observation is there's sort of a feeling about professional athletes that we get to the pros, and of course this is dehumanizing like so many things are, but we get to the pros and we sign our contracts and basketball doesn't matter, right? And then all of a sudden we saw last night that it did matter, and there was this reaction to it making fun of the celebration. Just to provide some context about the Timberwolves. So karl-Anthony Towns was with Flip, who passed away. Karl-Anthony Towns has lost his mother and a number of family members to COVID. Patrick Beverley is the ultimate chip on your shoulder guy who felt disrespected by the Clippers, traded to Memphis, traded to Timberwolves, made some proclamations. The city of Minnesota has had, I think, one playoff appearance since Kevin Garnett left.
I want to add D'Angelo as well as another guy who was tossed aside in L.A. and then brought the Nets to the playoffs. You guys played them in the playoffs, did a great job in Brooklyn, and then was tossed aside there. So that's 2 places where he, number 2 overall pick, played great and was basically like, oh, you're not good enough. You're not good enough to be a sort of key cog on a playoff team or a championship team.
Yeah, so my point is, for all the knock against professional athletes, we witnessed in real time them showing that it matters, them showing how much they cared. They cared. The city cared. The fans cared. The team cared. The players cared. They cared. And we're going to make fun of that? I'm sorry. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I will say this too. I recognize I did not win an NBA championship, but there were moments in my career, in high school, in college, in the NBA, when you go through something, you set a goal, whatever it may be, or you go through a series that is so hard fought, yes, you get emotional. I cried after we beat the Spurs in 2015. It was the first round. Did I feel like I had accomplished some great thing, that I had a ring on my finger? Fuck no. But you know what? It was emotional because it fucking mattered and I cared. And to go through that and to go through everything that team has gone through, I'm off of it. I'm off of it. I'm not a fan of the jest towards them. All right, that's my one rant for the day, hopefully.
There's the rant. We got it out early.